Hello, I'm SammyP. Welcome to episode 10 of my Let's Voice series for Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Episode 10! Goodness, it's been a while. Oh my. It was been weeks since I've... No, okay, sorry, I thought something was going wrong. It's been weeks since I've managed to record one of these. In that time, I've been doing I had to we've temporarily sort of moved out of the house because we're getting a lot of work done, so I'm in a different space. Where am I going? I'm going here. Oh, goodness. Every time I start recording, my beard starts playing up on me. I think it knows. Yeah. Moving. I had to temporarily move out of the house so we can get some work done, which means above me there's this constant noise of painters and people working on the floors, and which means it's not worth recording at that point. How do I leave? God, how do I... Oh, leave town. It's right there. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. So, everyone bear with me as I remember all the basics again. But yes, this is my Let's Voice series. It's the series where I use the excuse of practicing my voice acting to justify playing video games. I'm going to get stuck in. For episode 10, I have been meaning to do... Oh, that's where I'm going. All right, need to go back to the ship. We're finished. We decided not to go there. We're finished with Port Maje. I never found out how to properly pronounce it. I think it's Maje or Maje. It's probably actually Maje, and I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. But it's fine. I warned everyone. Injured crew? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to Vilara's Rest. Yeah, so it's episode 10, and so I want to do a longer episode, despite the fact that of the small amount of analytics I get on my videos would suggest that doing a longer video is a terrible idea. It's not going to be worth my time. And to that end, I'm probably going to try if I can get a... Oh, stuff's happening. Hang on, I'll see. I'll keep talking once we're done here. Storm Speaker Ikawa. Good, you are here. Clario has made... Oh, what voice did I do for her? I don't remember any of these. Alright, new voices for everyone, I guess. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship. Ikawa gestures towards your vessel, where a motley crew of Huana and Valian workers race to and fro. I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think. Do you know where Nekataka is? So you go to the great Kahanga city as well. You must sail north for some time, and then a little east. Take care in Nekataka, outsider. It will close its jaws around you, and you will never notice. Come. We will see your defiant out to sea. Every time. Anyway. Yeah! Whoa, blessings? Achievement unlocked. Cool. All right. My lord, we should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway. What do we have? We gained 8 ammunition, 12 medicine, and 7 supply, repair. I don't know if those numbers are good. Oh wait, it's up here. Out of 100. Okay, so it's... morals fine. Well, we do have an injured person. It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm. However, Port Maje appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship. Oh, hello. I suggest we contract for additional supply. Guys, I'm trying to do a thing. Stop interrupting. Game, please. I suggest we contract... We good? Okay. I suggest we... Damn it. I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one. Okay. In Deadfire, not every ship on the sea is friendly. Hostile ships... during distance orientation of the enemy vessel... Success distance determines range cannons, or if you're on range theirs, orientation determines what cannons. Yup. Damage sails. Yep. Yep. I mean, seems pretty self-explanatory. When two ships get close to each other, they can board or ram. Boarding locks the two ships together and transitions to a deck-to-deck fight between the two ships' crew. A ramming does damage to the hulls of both ships. If one ship does not sink, the battle transitions to deck-to-deck. Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if you could design a ship to be better at ramming. Once you have victoriously sunk the other ship or defeated them in deck-to-deck combat, you can plunder what remains. Plunder typically includes ship resources, treasure, occasionally the unique triumph of a noteworthy enemy captain. Coins can be shared with the crew to improve morale, and triumphs are always flown from your ship's ring. Oh, triumphs. A unique triumph. I guess a triumph is a thing? I thought it was just like a... I thought you were getting renown or something, but I guess a triumph is an actual physical object. So... we could go, but I think if we go up to the port... we just... oh, look at this. Yeah. Oh, God. What the hell is that? That came out of nowhere. The Defiant leaves Port Maje behind. As the Defiant leaves Port Maje behind, you casually observe dozens of other ships coming and going, mostly fishing and trade vessels. One craft stands out. An imposing dhow, replete with cannons, crests into view across the Defiant's starboard bow. The flag raised high atop its sail signifies a wish to parley. However, the dhow approaches with aggressive speed, suggesting it may not be easily turned away. You know what? Let's find out what ship combat's like. Face your best you are. You spin the ship's wheel counterclockwise. The ship swings around quickly, disturbing a gull resting on the foremast. The bird voids a white splotch on the deck as a sign of disapproval. Dude, you take your vehicle to the shop, you get it fixed, and then some bird comes along and craps on it. I mean, isn't every time. Anyway, we even out the wheel. Ah, stupid. I shaved today and everything. That's probably what it is. The distance quickly closes, and soon the massive dhow's hull rolls on the waves beside your ship. Boarding planks emerge and are quickly cast onto your ship, along with shouts from the crew notifying you that the captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of your ship. The crowd parts open to make way for their captain, a tall, well-dressed man. He peers at you with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following behind the captain, in stark contrast, strides an unkempt Orlan. Ooh, I think he's in the art, if it's the guy I'm thinking of. A pair of pistol grips protrude from his belt, and he casually twirls a stocky firearm around his index finger. His shaggy face, framed by long cobalt blue hair and wildly braided Krulian beard, makes the crooked smirk he directs at you seem almost sinister. He's in the art. I should find out how he's supposed to sound, because he looks like fun to have in your party. That guy! I just pointed at the screen with my hand. God, I'm so out of practice. That was so dumb. Just... Woo! Adu, Watcher of Cadnua, on behalf of the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley. The broad-shouldered captain up-tilts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots a shallow dimple. Is this clever? Aggressive. You couldn't have asked before you boarded the ship uninvited. You have my attention? Agrasima. I will make this quick. He flourishes a curt bow. I have heard some marvelous tales. I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your venture in the Deerwood. In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met outside of a grave. Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you. Well, he's done his research. Might as well hear him out. Under the captain's words, you hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferrante's voice, drowning out all else around you. No one else seems to notice. A vision. Thunder cracks between your ears, and you glimpse a different sun-shod sea behind your eyes. No, I want to see the vision. The visions streak across your mind's eye, fleeting and incoherent. An elf, dark-haired and battle-scarred, stepping across the gulf between vessels. She shakes Ferrante's hand, and warmth spills through you. Excitement, pride, respect. The imagery melts like candle wax into a lamp-lit galley swamped with the scent of unwatered rum and sweet fruit, the sailors and their songs and sweat. The scene billows away, ice-cold and clawing, replaced with the crew on deck, solemn and staring, as Ferrante grasps one of their own by the throat. No, not one of their own. No more. You don't steal from family and stay family. Tears and mucus mar the man's features as Ferrante reads the man his last rites. Thief or no, they'll consign him to Ondra as tradition dictates. The vision passes, leaving you blinking on the deck of the Defiant, looking into Ferrante's face. He raises an eyebrow. I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake. Despite the gravity of his words, he smiles grandly, and the dimple cuts deeper into his left cheek. I know a cipher's handiwork when I feel it. Tell yours to stay out of my head. Is he a cipher? That feels like a warning. You say this Captain Benweth is the one who attacked me. Ack. 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 The short-sighted scoundrel has been wreaking havoc for the area for months. He is no son of Valia. I do not fault his ancestry, but he disregards too much of the grand heritage we Principi represent. Benweth is the second most selfish captain within the Principi's newest generation. He risks all that we value. Noble families. Prince without homeland. Right, I remember. Okay. Wait, if Benweth's the second most selfish captain, who's the first? He pinches his lips, eyes narrowing thoughtfully, but you can see that he's biting back a mischievous grin. Perhaps I have said too much. She is a problem solely of my own. For now. Why accept... Why accept non-Valians into the Principi if they're going to cause problems? Few pirates retire comfortably, amico. We sink and we hang or we burn. We must replace our losses, excepting from many regions, including Deadfire. The Princepi's heritage is Oldvalian. We are descended from refugees who fled during Oldvalia's decline. They sailed the eastern reach to the Deadfire. But they did not settle the islands. Today even, our shipboard life continues. Wait, who are the Princepi Send Patrina? Why, this is the first you are hearing of us? Truly? It's not. I just want him to say it. His brow raises in a show of surprise. But then his smile turns sly, and he cants his head as if to include you in a secret. We are a magnificent, but largely landless people. So we have come to own the sea. To survive, we must seize prosperity where we can. Hence, we are oft-labeled as pirates, smugglers, merchants of illicit trade, or mercenaries. It will not always be so, but it is for now. Well, if Benweth is one of your own, shouldn't you take responsibility for his actions? Benweth is no captain of mine, amico. It is not beneath my flag his drake sails. Yet I do not seek to temper his actions when they would... Oh, I do, not do not. Yet I do seek to temper his actions when they would endanger the Princepi altogether. How has Benweth endangered the Princepi? Are you saying if we row you... Are you saying if we row you, you will pose no threat to us? Excuse, pardon if I do not believe you, Dragon Slayer. The captain chuckles, fingers rubbing the frilled collar around his throat. Word of Benweth's raid on the Defiant will spread throughout the Deadfire. More fools will seek to prey upon you. Oh, excuse me, God. I would suggest you stave off all others by making an example of Benweth. Oh, good doggy. Yeah. Pats for Lupa. Ferrantes. Oh, God. Ferrantes for do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort. The rogue words flit through your thoughts like darters. Not quite your own, but not entirely unlike your own either. See, that's what I expected. Because earlier on we could have called him out and been like, "Hey, your cipher friend here is putting stuff in my brain. I don't like it." But I felt that he was giving me a warning, so he was well intentioned, and now he's translating for me. So why tell me this? Why would you want to help me? I'll be honest with you, amico. I do not favor Benweth, nor do I care for the company he keeps. Such fools and scoundrels serve only to tarnish the Princepi's reputable name, a name mostly associated with piracy, smuggling, and mercenaries. Which I suppose indicates just how low they view Benweth. But I believe you will be capable of setting him straight. Clever. You're not a scoundrel. Insight. Do I want to ask? No. So you're not a scoundrel, like Benweth and the company he keeps. The captain spreads his hands, palms up. I am a gentleman, of course, and I am certainly not a fool. Sounds like if I defeat Benweth, I'll be doing you a favor. So I want a boon for it. Good humor wipes from his face. Of course, amico. work with me, and I will weigh your pockets with gold. When you have dealt with my problem, I will prepare a fine welcome for you at my port. Now, a tip for you. His smile returns twofold, and he nods amicably. To be fair, when a pirate tells me that he will prepare a fine welcome, if it's a trap later on, well, Benweth's Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually, he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Serafen can find him for you. Ferrante flourishes a hand towards the Orland at his side. Ah, Serafen, hello. He is a rather unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled ship hunter, I assure you. Unrefined. Oh, what voice did I use for him just before? Damn it. Unrefined? I'm begging your pardon, Captain, but I be the highest fucking model of gentlemanly and fortune. Oh, unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain. Probably the highest fucking model of gentleman of fortune. Huh. As for Benweth, a sucker of squid tits may be as predictable as the tide. I'd wager all my furious bits that he's still. I'd wager all my furious bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight. That would be felicitous. Felicitous? Felicitous, that's a fun word. Felicitous indeed. As I believe the traitor Romaro hides there as well. More people, come on, man. I quite enjoy killing 2 men with a single bullet. Wouldn't even have thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir. Yet you feel a strange surge of anger that's not your own. Serafen spits towards you and bows again. Now, I am hardly in a hurry to leave the fine company of the gentlemen of leisure, but the captain is right about me finding your mark. And to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies, and you might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to... I love him, he's great. Oh, let's be friends. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies, and you might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat into sodden splinters. Huh. Well, welcome aboard, Serafen. You won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy and grog and light on the onions. Them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'd be suspecting they never will. Them dirty shit apples. Yes. Yes. I don't know if that's the correct voice for him, but... God, he's not sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much. I said now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain. Cypher or Barbarian? Choose the single class or multiple class of this companion. This choice cannot be changed later. I kind of want him to be using guns, because I don't think that's not really Barbarian. So I'm thinking just Cypher. I don't think I've multi-classed anyone except for myself. Not a terrible thing, but... Alright. Maybe I'll try and find out what his voice actually sounds like. Do people not move if I'm not moving? Can we... Can I look at people? Yeah, here we go. He's a wild mine. Actually, as I was saying before, quickly cover a couple of things. What was I talking about? Oh, we're doing a longer episode. You probably noticed. I mean, there's time on the video. I want to quickly take a moment. In the time between episode 9 and episode 10, I was on. I did 2 episodes of a podcast for a friend of mine called Second Take podcast. We talked about, in the first one we talked about the first one we talked about Reservoir Dogs, and the second one we talked about Inglorious Basterds. There'll be links in the description if you would like to hear those podcasts, because I thought they were a lot of fun. I'm also toying with the idea of trying to get back into a regular schedule. Obviously, it's making it difficult, all the noises, but I kind of think I want to do shorter episodes, but more often. Maybe half an hour instead of 45 minutes, because people just aren't watching the whole video. Well, some people are, but, yeah. Anyway, Wild Mind. A cipher who developed their powers without formal training, never learning to properly focus their energy. The Wild Mind is capable of violent surges of fantastic power that manifest in unpredictable ways. My, oh my. Look at you, you gorgeous bastard. Quite accurate, decent armor. He's got some mechanics. Do I want you to be a trap person? I kind of don't want my priest to be my trap person, but at the same time, that's just kind of... just didn't have anyone else. Anyway, you're a Wild Orlan. Wild Orlans are the original Orlans who lived in the deepest forests and jungles between the tropics. While they have only been significantly separated from the Hearth Orlans for 1,000 years, they are easily distinguished by their hairy faces and bodies. Wild Orlans, common in the deep reaches of Erglanfath, and rarely encountered elsewhere due to widespread enslavement and prejudice against them. But he's so awesome, why would you want... Unless you were like, no, you must stay with me. Lower might, which doesn't seem to matter, because he's got... Might's actually his highest stat. Gadam. Perception is also good, resolve is good. Wild Orlans are naturally sound of mind and gain resistance towards resolve afflictions, while hot damn. Got positive and everything. Bluff is decent. Metaphysics is decent. Insight, survival, athletics, mechanics, sleight of hand, and stealth. Don't mind if I do. It's got Soul Whip, which is 20. Okay. You're good with axes, which, as am I. Blunderbuss, power. Overloading shots with powder causes a short-range incendiary. But the thick smoke from the blunderbuss is distracting to the wielder. Distracted is -2 perception and flanked. Interesting. But you do an AoE that does fire damage. Well, cool. Okay. And then pistol gets fires and reloads quickly at the cost of accuracy. Cool. Soul Whip, Wild Mind, plus damage with weapons, gathers focus, Wild Mind, chance for random Wild Surge effect on Cipher spell cast. A Cipher... Cipher spells have a chance to trigger an unexpected effect. This can manifest in spectacular ways, often but not always aiding. He's a Wild Mage! If anyone's played... For anyone who's familiar with Dungeons & Dragons, Wild Mages. A sorceress now, actually, in 5th edition. But, anyway, sometimes mild mind manifestations can cause undesirable effects. I love it! Yeah! What can you do for me? I strike. He's mentally poke someone in the eye. Blinding them. Cool. Party friendly, love it. Tenuous grasp. Shaken, confused. Leave someone shaken and stirred. Mind blades. Co-ops the target's essence, generating a slashing blade of force that attacks them before leaping to an additional target. Oh, cool. Just bounces around. Recall agony. 30% of received damage is reapplied as raw damage for 18 seconds. Causes the... Oh, cool. Okay, so you just like... you just take a third of the damage again and again. Soul Ignition. Forces the enemy's soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time. That sounds horrifying. Good God. But it's a dot. But still, good God. Bleeding Cut. Oh, that's what happens when you are... oh, I should have this one as well. 60 seconds, really. 10% of damage is dealt, is reapplied per 3 seconds for 60 seconds. Damn. Does the bleed stack? Does anyone know if the bleeds stack from Bleeding Cut? Powder Burns, Defiant Resolve. That's from being combat focus. Gains concentration at the start of Second Wind. And 2 weapon style. He likes to dual wield, which he is currently doing with an axe. What? I didn't know blunderbusses would... So he's got double pistols, 26-26, and he's got battle axe. This seems to be like less this is like... What? Blunted blunted criticals. He's less accurate with the hand mortar, and it does less damage. 15 to 20 compared to 17 to 22. Range 5 meters. 8 meters. I didn't realize the blunderbuss was one-handed. Look at it. Look at that tiny little thing. I imagine the blunderbuss is this big sort of two-handed like shotgun thing, and apparently it's like a... I mean, it's like a sawn-off shotgun, I guess. Can I get him 2 of these? Do I have another one of these? I don't think I've got pistols. Woo! Anyway, it's oh, okay. It's got minus 10 accuracy, which has resulted in minus... Oh, because it's fine. Penetration? What's the penetration on the pistol? So it's got less penetration. It's got less already. But now it's got equal penetration. Okay, basic attacks deal best of... Oh, it hits in an AoE. Ooh. Ooh. As loud and stubby as its owner, this hand mortar marries the short, wide barrel of a blunderbuss with the lightness of a pistol. True hand mortars launch grenades and are unpopular shipboard and elsewhere due to the ridiculous damage of igniting one explosive to propel another. That sounds so dumb. Serafen claims to have had his modified to fire grape shot by a dwarf gunsmith named Cassillionet. He used to crew with aboard the Sorcerer. Despite doubts about the veracity of his story, the efficiency of the gun and the roaring cloud of burning metal it produces is rarely questioned. I have a feeling, I'll have to double check this, but I have a feeling they sort of... You get multiple hits per shot with the blunderbuss. So it is like a scatter shot. What can we do to you? Blinding Smoke. Disorienting Cone. Attack towards target on crit. Cool. So you disorient people on a crit. Oh, 20% damage against point-blank targets, and then exceptional. I love it. I love it. I kind of want him to have a second one. Although, the way he's describing it, maybe blunderbusses are normally two-handed, and his is just special. I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out. Oh, you had that. You have to use a crossbow. Oh yeah, you got that sword, and I'm using an axe, and saber. Right. Despite being... Wow. Okay. Cool. Do we end up getting 6 people in our party? Or is 5 party the maximum? 5 looks like it is 5 is the maximum. Oh, that's a shame. I really wanted... I'm sure it was 6 last time. It was 6 last time, wasn't it? Alright, anyway. They're already moving when I'm moving. Alright, let's buy supplies and then head off to Nekataka. Hi, how are you going? Supplies. Alright. Refill ship supplies. It's going to cost that amount of money. I really need to just try and work out what I have to sell. I keep saying that. Pretty sure I've said that multiple times now, and I just don't do it. Anyway. Do we have like... we don't. Okay. Kind of like having like one of each weapon and then 2 if you can dual wield them. Probably want to buy combat speed, travel speed. Reload time, 4 turns, damage. I don't think I should buy any of these because I don't really know what these numbers represent. All right. No. Mail, robe, padded, frock. Wow, I really don't have. All right, fair. I think I can sell these books without too much of a concern. Oh, I don't want to sell my pet. Those are probably fine. No. Alright. Anyone carrying anything I can sell? No. Alright. Okay. Sail to Fort Deadlight. Captain name. I wonder if Deadlight is closer. What's closer, Deadlight or Nekataka? Also, I should have checked. Is there any useful crew? Novice navigator, novice deckhand, novice cannoneer. What do I? What do I have crew-wise at the moment? I have an injured novice cook. I have a novice helmsman, a novice cannoneer, novice deckhand, and a seasoned deckhand. And I have... Oh, I'm going to want more cannons to have cannons on both sides. Man. How much health do I have? Whew. Okay. Well. Another cannoneer would be useful, as would a surgeon and a navigator. Alright. And ideally I want two more cannons, but I don't think I can do that as of yet. Navigator, deckhand, helmsman, cannoneer, deckhand, surgeon. Personality is fearless, an academic. Shield sister. Shield sister. Won't you sail with me, shield sister? Anyway. What are you? You're a deckhand. I don't need no more deckhands. I do need a cannoneer. I'll have a field. I will hire. And that is. Oh, do I want a navigator as well? Yeah, let's get a full complement. Except, and I will get. Whoops. Forgot that pressing the numbers. All right. More food. Do I actually have to give that to the ship? How do I? Do I need to move this food to... There we go. Fresh food and grog for all. Yeah, we'll hold off using hardtack and water, because that is poop. Now we need to make some money. Alright. Fort Deadlight is there. Nakataka is all the way over there. I think I want to go to Fort Deadlight. I want to just nip that in the bud. Do I just... Particularly while I have Serafen. Oh, wait. We don't need a cook. She can heal first. Oh. Oh, cool. You find an abandoned dhow half buried in the sand. Wind whistles through the gaping holes in the hull, making the sun-bleached wood creak and moan. Unopened cargo crates lie scattered around the wreckage. Shift through the wreckage. You take some time to explore the wreckage, and you find a box full of rations that haven't yet spoiled. Well, hot dang. Wow. Do I just keep doing this? Okay. Neat. Oh. There's Fort... Ah, there's just stuff just floating. Come on, guys. Alright, let's go to Fort Deadlight. Let's confront this. Okay. Through the distant haze of sea mist and rocky shadows, Fort Deadlight rises over the horizon. Approaching the pirate stronghold is a risky venture, even for the most skilled of mariners. Any ship not flying a Principe flag is sighted in Deadlight's shallows may be raided. Who? Abaddon, god of golems, machines, industry, strength, hope, and aspirations, favored most commonly among the laboring class. The golem is thought to have once been able to take a human-resembling form, as most of the other gods are, but then being somehow killed, only to forge himself back into existence inside the shell of an immense golem. All right. Okay. Abaddon. Abaddon's iron scrote. Sounds dirty. Cap. Oh, this is Serafen talking. Okay, sorry. Abaddon's iron scrote cap. Oh, that was terrible. Iron. Abaddon's iron scrote cap. Them gums be even bigger than I remember. And oh man, I've gone from sort of a Scottish-Irish blend into a weird Australian place. Them guns even bigger than I remember. Them guns be even bigger than I remember. Here we go. Abaddon's iron screwed cap. Them guns be even bigger than I remember. No, still terrible. We're moving on. I've made horrible choices. I'll look into his voice. We'll work it out. Serafen looks up at the fortress from the deck and inhales through his teeth. I can be vouchsafing you with your guards. But if you can be getting us onto the dock without being blasted to bits thrice over, otherwise... I can be vouchsafing you with the guards. If you can be getting us to the dock without being blasted to bits thrice over. Otherwise, I'd be recommending the sneakiest approach you got. We're not going to assault. We're going to row to shore on the skiff under the cover of night. Waves slap on the sides of your skiff, the only sounds aside from the occasional grunt of exertion as you stealthily row to the island shore under a shroud of darkness. You stow your skiff in the shadow of the towering wall and creep forward in search of a way into the fort. And now we sneak... Oh. And now we sneak up to the fort. Hunt for a way in. So start with 17 out of 70. Neat. Alright. Let us go. How much longer do we have? I could go for a little bit longer. Rising like a tidal wave above the ocean, a white stone wall stretches into the sky. Halfway between Deadlight's battlements and the rocky cove at its base, an arched window opens into the salty air. Inspect the fortress wall. Jagged stones jut from the wall often and at irregular intervals. Half crumbling, they look sharp but sturdy and may be able to hold a person's weight. The window is high, but its sill is solid, carved right into the wall. With a strong enough toss, a grappling hook could grip onto the edge. You climb some of the rocky handholds crumbling within your grasp, but others hold firm, permitting you first one foot then another, higher, closer towards the waiting window above. You scale ahead of the others, setting both the path and the pace. When your hand or foot holds crumble, the others adjust, routing around to rejoin behind you. Cool. By the time you reach the open window, everyone is sweating, but grinning, triumphant. Okay. Good thing I have a decent enough athletics. fine leather. How does it compare? It's the same as what I'm wearing, except it gets crushed. No, that's... no. I like that one better. How does this compare? We'll probably want you to wear that at some point. Just to get, when you get tanky. But I think for now, the lighter armor is probably fine. Where are we compared to everything else? Alright. Oh, nope. That leads off to... Alright. Not the stealthiest of parties, I don't think. Why can't I see that's going on there? Actually, what is the stealth of everyone here? None. You have 1 stealth. No stealth, no stealth, 4 stealth. Voice... Okay, voices echo from below. Now, I know there's a guard dog in there. Armory, forge. Alright. Oh, goodness. Oh, Captain. I've got to complain about something, and now's as good as time as not. I certainly can't object to a cleaner Serafen. Much as I hate Benwith, the main reason I signed up with you to get here, to get a chance to look for a man named Romaro. Another... I feel like I was supposed to have already had a conversation with him, because we haven't talked about other exes, but anyway. Who is Romaro? That'd be a longer story than we've got time for. Quick of it be that Romaro's in trouble. The Principi sent a ship hunter after him, and I've got a need and a half to find him first. Didn't see his ship, so probably not, but mayhap we could keep a weather eye open for clues of his whereabouts. Okay. Let's keep a lookout for clues. Where is everyone? From a hole in the stone wall, a chain mechanism attached to the lock of this gate. This sign reads, Gunpowders. Can we do anything with this? Doesn't really look like it. Actually, before we do, which of these is party formation? There it is. Dog down here. Deadlight's powder be north of here. The brig be to the south. I feel like I should be able to do something with this, and it's not letting me. Oh, maybe that opens it up or something. All right. Courtyard. This was where the dog was? Whoop. I thought it said there was a guard dog. Did I misread it really badly? No, if we're going to jump him, we're going to jump him from behind. I think actually that might be where we end things. Yes. Okay. Well, pick up in the next episode. We'll continue to explore Deadlight and try and find Benwith. Thank you very much if you've gotten this far into watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, it'd be awesome if you could like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. All those are wonderful things to do to help particularly new and hopefully up-and-coming channels. If you didn't enjoy the video, I mean, the dislike button's right there as well. And given that I talked earlier in this episode about how no one really gets this far, very few people get this far, I should actually probably start saying this at the beginning of the video. It might actually be smarter. Anyway, as I also mentioned briefly, got distracted by Serafen. I'm considering, and probably will, try and do shorter episodes going forward, probably aiming more. I've been sort of trying to aim for a sort of 40-45 minute mark, and I'm probably going to try seeing what happens if I try and do 30-minute episodes, and ideally do them more often. Given that it's been like 3 weeks or so since I did my last video, I mean, anything is going to be more successful. More often, I guess, in comparison. Just finding people aren't really sitting down and watching the full 40 minutes. Maybe if they're shorter videos. I realize, I don't know if this style of video, I don't know. I kind of felt this kind of video, this sort of game, and this sort of video would be better served by slightly longer videos. To be fair, this kind of video would probably be better served doing it on live on Twitch for like a couple of hours at a time. But Australian internet is terrible, and it's not an option until I get better internet. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I'm gonna try and knock out a few, so I'll try this week. That will be the rest for going forward this week to try and do that, and we'll see how we go. At least wanted to get, I'll try and get a few more episodes, but we got this one down. So David, you can enjoy that. Probably one of the few people who actually get to the end of the video. All right. Again, if you got this far, thank you very much for watching. I've been SammyP. I hope you come back and join me in episode 11. Until then, I have no sign off. Still.